Injury report is out. Here's what you need to know. Dre Greenlaw, questionable. Elijah Mitchell, questionable. Injured his knee yesterday in practice. Somehow, it's practice. Things happen. And then Debo, questionable. Juwan Jennings, doubtful. I mean, sounds not as going to lose, right? I'm just kidding. But what do you think? You think Debo's going to play? Do you think it matters? Does he play? Does it matter? Should he play?
I think he plays.
He says while taking a sip of Sprite. Why?
No, it's not Sprite. This is. I'm repping. It's Starbucks, man. It's a Starbucks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Starbucks
Well,
stuff.
we sponsor our show, so we're not going to talk about them.
Oh, okay. So I think Debo plays, and of course, I think Debo matters, right? He's one of the better offensive weapons on the team. So, like, why
He's
wouldn't
good, but he's no Ray McCloud.
There is an argument to be made. There is an argument to be made. I think, to me, like, in my opinion, I think the most expendable players are your running backs and then your wide receivers. So I think you can find. I think they're easy to find. Like they're relatively easy to find, right? Yeah, he does play both.
What about wide backs though? You can't just find wide backs. Aren't wide backs walking down the street? Or are there?
But Debo is pretty special, right? Because like I think you and I both agree he's one of the most unique wide receivers in the league. He's in, by all accounts, fantastic shape. And when the ball gets in his hands, he can score from anywhere on the field, right?
Why?
And why? Because
Yeah.
he can break 18 tackles.
Thank you. But what's the flip side of him breaking 18 tackles? A lot of contact.
He may be questionable a couple weeks or out.
Very violent style of football, and it's week 4, and it's the Cardinals, and they're 14-point. I'm whining, and they're 14-point favorites. It's like, can't they give him a week off? They gave Brandon Ayuk a week off. He's playing this week. Isn't Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Ray McCloud, and Christian McCaffrey enough to beat Arizona at home?
I would see, Grant. I would applaud the 49ers and Kyle if they did sit him, but I know they sat Ayuk, but like that's not enough for me to say that they're going to do.
It was a Thursday game too.
I need to see it. I need to see it happen with more players in order for me to say, oh yeah, they'll take it easy, let them relax, and save them. You know. So
are you saying that they're concerned about Arizona, or it's a divisional game, so you can't take them lightly?
It's an NFL game, right? So like I know the Cardinals are the Cardinals, but it's like,
I mean, they just beat the Cowboys by 12, right? You gotta take them seriously.
Yeah, I think you have to take every team seriously because you don't.
No, you don't.
Listen,
not the Broncos, not anymore.
There hasn't been a team that's gone undefeated since the Patriots, and then the postseason they lost. So I mean, like on the right situation, I think any team could pretty much beat. You never know what's going to happen. Like, what if you're playing Arizona and then your quarterback goes down, right? Like, or what if you're playing Arizona and three quarterbacks go down, which has happened. And I know, albeit it was against Philadelphia, right? But like we've already seen that happen. So crazy.
So
crazy
best guess for the betting public out there, you think Debo's going? You think best guess?
I'm gonna guess yes. I think yes.
He's trying to get those stats. Okay, but Juwan Jennings most likely not going. I don't know the Niners record without Juwan Jennings, but I don't think it's good. So I'm curious. That's probably great. But
is this another bell time? Is this bell time? Ring the bell.
Bell time. What do you think of Ronnie? I like Ronnie Bell. I feel like he'll be their primary slot receiver next year when Juwan Jennings is making bigger money elsewhere.
Yeah, you said, I think you tweeted one time, did Ronnie Bell just Wally Pipp Ayuk?
You got to be at least 35 to know that reference.
Yeah.
Wally Pipp was the first baseman for the Yankees. He took one day off. Lou Gehrig replaced him and never missed a game. Like he was the Iron Man. He just like never, ever, ever not played until the end of his career when he got Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah, I mean, to me that would be a play straight out of my playbook because if it did come to that, because like I said, I believe you can find wide receivers and you can replace them. I know Ayuk is
Mhm.
awesome, he's great, but you've already put so much money in Debo, and if I'm just saying if Ronnie Bell, if his career keeps ascending like that, I think it might be worth looking into, right? And something that, because I haven't been on the show, we haven't talked about, is that if you look in the past, the Niners are actually pretty freaking good at drafting and developing wide receivers now. Like
Jalen Hurd notwithstanding, but that was a mistake. And aren't the
Jalen
Niners
Hurd
happy?
and the
Aren't they
cat
happy?
guy.
What?
After that, Jalen Hurd and the cat guy. But like you
It's
throw
true.
those two
That's
out.
it.
You throw those two out. Like, and
Yeah, they're
if they hit
good.
on Bell, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they hit on Kendrick Bourne, didn't pay him, made the right call. He's a good player, but they can replace these guys. Probably not
Mm-hmm.
going to pay Jawan Jennings. Someone else will. Like a lot of teams aren't good at drafting and developing wide receivers. I would hope the Niners are good at it because it's the position Kyle played himself. And I never understood what he thought he saw in Dante Pettis. But we don't need to go there because that's neither here nor there. But whatever he thought he saw, it wasn't there and he learned. And Ronnie Bell, when I watch Ronnie Bell, he reminds me of Dante Pettis, just in like their size and their height, weight, speed, and kind of how they move. Except Ronnie Bell's like the guy has all the toughness. He's a dog. Dante is not a dog, but neither here nor there. Ronnie Bell, how many catches do you think he's got? Over under 2.5. Over under 2.5.
And he catches the ball. He catches the ball. Like when that ball went up when that ball went up in the end zone. Did you have a feeling when it went up and it was like, I don't know, when it was, I don't know, 5 inches from him? I knew it was going to be a touchdown, right? Like, yeah, he wasn't going to drop that ball.
No, it just, you know what that reminded me of? Remember week 3, 2019, when the Niners eked out that win over the Steelers and Mason Rudolph at home, and Dante Pettis made the game-winning touchdown catch in the front left corner of the end zone. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
How could you forget that epic game? Well, it just reminded me of that play, but better. So, okay, I'm curious to see Ronnie Bell. Without Jawan Jennings, it almost feels like there's more pressure on Debo to play. Like, because if you don't have Debo or Jawan Jennings in the starting, then your receivers are Ayuk, Ray, and Ronnie Bell, which frankly, they could beat the Cardinals by double digits with Ayuk, Ray, and Ronnie Bell.
And then
I'd like to see Ray get some playing time on offense. I'm not making fun. I like Ray McCloud. I think he's like the most underutilized player on the team. Take some of Kyle Juszczyk's snaps and give him to Ray. I'm tired of watching Kyle Juszczyk do nothing.
You know what I'm tired of not seeing him play at all is Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason. Okay, so let's talk about that. Elijah Mitchell, questionable with the knee injury, hurt himself in practice. Hey, if he's less than 100%, how about Jordan Mason?
Remember when they gave Jordan Mason the ball like 3 straight times to close the game out, and because the game was over. The game was over, right? And they weren't going to throw the ball. So they're like, let's. So the defense knew they were giving the ball to Mason, and he's 3 straight times he got positive yards and got the first down. So I just don't understand the reluctance to play him every time. I don't know. Every time I or you've got other content creators out there that watch Jordan Mason play and are like, wow, this guy's great. And they've been kind of banging the table for him as well, at least from what I've seen on Twitter. I just don't know what the reluctance is to play him. Is it, because everything from I've seen, he certainly looks like he's a back.
Is it the fumble in preseason? I mean, that would be a shame. Let me just tell you real quick. Do you know how many carries he has this season? 3.
5? Oh.
3. And it was like to close out like
series. It was the series I just spoke about.
Yeah. So do you know the stat success rate for running backs? It's like, did you get 40% of the required yards on first down, 60% of the required yards on second down, and 100% of the required yards on third and fourth? So by that statistic, he's 66% success rate on those 3 runs. Elijah Mitchell this year, 25% success rate on 16 carries, averaging 3.3 yards per carry. Don't know what's going on with Elijah Mitchell. Doesn't seem like himself. I think it's time to let Jordan Mason be that number 2 running back. I think he's a perfect complement for McCaffrey. I don't know.
I agree. I
don't know.
I totally. I feel like Grant. I feel like Jordan Mason's going to be the. What's going to happen with him is, it's going to be a situation where he has to play, like McCaffrey and Mitchell aren't available. Mason's going to get the ball a lot, and he's going to look good, and then he's going to be a free agent. And then
and someone else will get him and actually use him. The Niners always have like 1 or 2 players that they keep on their roster because they know other teams would do something with them, but they don't know what to do with him. Like Ross Dwelly's been that guy for 7 years. They refuse to let him go, but they never use him. And then Richie James was that guy for a while. They just had him here, and then he finally let him go, and now he's like productive. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I lost you for a second. You're good?
All right. Yeah, you're back.